Something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Rodgers now to throw. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Rodgers now to throw again. And left side here, it's Graham. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. First carry here for Ty Montgomery. Down right around the 25. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Crosby puts it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Stafford steps away to his left. Got some room at the 30. The left side completion to Jones. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Stafford on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care.
Open is Tate. Touchdown, Lions. Golden Tate, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are in for 6. A diving catch for the score he laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. A first scoring update now from Carolina. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And this throw will be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Flushed out right. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. 3rd down here. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Stafford. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Stafford. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Kentrell Bryce picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been in practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Wide open receiver complete. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw here is incomplete. Johnson, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, They'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Now it's Rodgers. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on. Hey. Green 18. Yeah, Liz. Hey, check 26.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
On 1st down, Stafford here. This complete to Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Zero.
2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Screen play, Johnson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Wilson snags it left side. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They snap it to Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Daniels in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Now, you know I don't often have sympathy for quarterbacks, but in this situation, I don't know what else he could do. 4th down, so he can't just throw the ball away. He's got to find a way to try and make a play, but the pressure ended up getting to him.
Pressure got to him. Really big sack and a turnover here on downs. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Ahmad Brooks in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Hey, check 26. No. 319. Come on. Yeah, 300.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. So the false start will back them up 5. So that'll back them up 5. The false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. To throw, it's Rodgers. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down. The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. Rodgers to throw once more. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's brought down after a good gain. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. This is caught. Touchdown, Packers. Ty Montgomery, as the 1st half is winding down, and the Packers have cut it back within a score. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead down to 3 at 13-10. Crosby on now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing is Stafford. He's going to let one fly for Tate. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tramon Williams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
So
after the INT, it's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now Rodgers. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely, pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On second down, Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Over here.
Now Rodgers fighting to stay upright. Hard throw, incomplete.
Yeah, and that play was pretty well doomed right from the start. The pressure was really affecting him. Collapsed everything in the pocket. He had to move around, try to get it downfield. Incomplete.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. To the right and complete to Galladay. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage. Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Fielded at about the 28. A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position. I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Glover Quinn. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6. And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way. Prater on to add the extra point. Extra point good by Prater, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker.
Rodgers hands to Montgomery, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Hey, check 26. Look at the 8.
They go play action here on first down. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. For 16, and the drive will continue. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Here's Rodgers. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. To throw is Rodgers. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
This is caught. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed-out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route-running savvy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Ty Montgomery, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are back within a score. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that will shave 1 more off this lead. Crosby on now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And Detroit getting set to go now. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you'd think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Now a play fake here on first down. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. This is the newest member of the Lion backfield, LeGarrette Blount. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Out of the the gun, Stafford. Over the middle here to Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a first down throw. Stafford underneath for Johnson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it second down.
Big 20. Let's go now. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gap.
And this is taken in at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down, got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll go to Blunt, try and pound it in. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey, take 26. Zoom.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Rodgers. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Sylvester Williams able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Over here. 19.
Throwing is Rodgers. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. They pitch it out to Montgomery. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. Escapes the sack, and that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Stafford gonna throw it. Going for the deep ball. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Rodgers going to throw. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 32 that time. Rodgers now on first down. Forced out to his left. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be marked down deep in Detroit territory. That one goes for 36 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run it here with Blunt. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Big 20.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Lions, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll try and run forward with Elliott. Yeah, brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. First down, Prescott. Steps away to his left. He's going to look deep for Perriman. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 18. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Blunt. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Monday. Double, set. Double.
Here's Stafford now on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Track 32. Track 32 left. Set. No 20. Double. Set. Hey. 22.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Here's Austin. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
A first down carry by Elliott. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Here we go, 46. Let's go, get out. 26.
A second down throw for Prescott. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Ezekiel Ansah in there to bury him for a loss of 11. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Looking deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 27. They start on the ground here with Blunt. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
To throw on second down is Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
Well, there's your first ROI, right? Return on investment of their first-round pick. His first NFL sack, I know they want him to be an impact player right out of the gate.
A lot of pressure to put on a young man, but I think you agree he has the ability to deliver on it.
And he just did. Probably the first of many sacks in a long career.
Hey, go here. Zebra. Hey, go here.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And Tate's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Big 20, big 20.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a carry for Blunt. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. Here's Blunt. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's brought down. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Go here. Hey, go here.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. A shotgun snap for Stafford. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
21. Hey, go here. Hey. Stay 50.
Here's the battering ram Blunt. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Sylvester Williams. Busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back near his goal line, it's Prescott. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's going to look deep for Perriman. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowler Glover Quinn there making the play.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. So here come the Lions now. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On 1st down, Stafford here. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Looking like the Vic Beasley of 2016 on that play, Charles.
That's the one that they want, too, because remember, that Vic Beasley, 15.5 sacks, led the NFL in that category that season. Dropped to just 5 in 2017. But he also dropped into coverage more, trying to help out his team.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now they try the right side here. Pushes him over. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Stafford. It's caught, Jones. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. From the red zone now, Stafford. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Luke Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are in for 6. Now Matt Prater for the point after. Prater for the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Prescott looks to throw on first. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
A first update now out of Jacksonville. The Jaguars extending their lead to a couple of touchdowns now. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through the... Oh, Prescott stripped! A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Gun. 4 down. 26.
Second down, Prescott. And he's going to go down again. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
26.
Prescott. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And Detroit getting set to go now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call.
Hey, go here!
Stafford now to throw. He completes it to Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a first down as well. From the gun, Stafford finding some room at midfield. Wide open receiver complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Stafford on first down. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. And he spikes it to stop the clock. And now if they choose, they'll have a chance at maybe a long field goal try here just before the break. And they'll run it here. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Big 20, big 20.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Operating from the gun. Stafford flush to his right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the gun, Stafford, and incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Hey, 22. Here we go, check him out. Check the ball. Give me a radar. 4 down,
Operating from the gun, Stafford. And now another one thrown incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet? Oh, I've got the exact play to dial up.
That's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And avoids the contact by sliding. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
The give is to Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. A'Shawn Robinson there on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here we go, get that, let's go, get out, get out.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride onto.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. To throw is Stafford. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Vic Beasley in there to get him for a loss of 5. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Like 7. Hey, go here. Double, set.
From the gun, Stafford. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
10. Hey, take 2. 2 of those 3. Take 2, 3.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this will be off the right upright, but he banks it in. A high degree of difficulty there, but he gets it to go. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll let it fly for Austin. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Prescott. And that one got tipped. It brings up third.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
What do you think? What do you think?
Now Prescott. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. A give to Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Christian Jones the one who picked it. And his guys are going to take over. At the 39-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll begin here with Blount. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
To throw on second down is Stafford. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Sean Lee not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Throwing is Stafford. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And got his man complete. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Theo Riddick, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead. Now Prater to add the PAT. Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He's got his man. It's Brandon Coleman. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. The drive starts with a handoff to Blount. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Tag 50, tag 50. 82. Go here. Give me radar. Double, 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 set. Zebra.
Here's Stafford. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play on 3rd down for the Lions. 44 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Set. Waiting. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Again, here's Blount. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. The Lions on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Set. Waiting. Hey, watch it. 4 down. Put it hot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This from 44 yards away. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will up the score now. It's 23-zip. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Here's Patty. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Petty now. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That one goes for 24 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll run again with Blunt. Blunt rumbling for the 1st down and more. LeGarrette Blunt. Touchdown, Detroit. LeGarrette Blunt, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions just continue to pour it on. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but they're happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Meanwhile, in Foxborough, they're in the 4th quarter. The Patriots, they've widened their lead even further. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line. execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw here. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Well, man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
It was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, all 3 incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hey, we got 3 out.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.